Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're having a good day. If you are new here, my name is Amber, and we talk, well, just about my life for the most part, and the things that I'm working on. And right now, I'm working on a launch, and hopefully by now, I have put out the video about using a paper method to um, manage my projects. I did put a video out about that, so I'll leave it in the description box below or somewhere in the area. However, now that I'm officially in the launch period, I'm going to kind of give you a brief overview of what this looks like, but I'm noticing some issues with my core 4 formula, and I'll dive into that on a different day. Um, but the general idea is that you choose 4 tasks at minimum that you'll do each and every day. Um, or every day you pick 4 tasks that you're going to do that day that are goal oriented tasks. Um, And with the method that I outlined before, I'm recognizing some issues. And if you're asking why I'm not using a computer system, I have tried something like this in Asana, I have tried it in ClickUp, I have tried it in, and I may eventually do this again and try all those things again. But for right now, I am trying not to overwhelm myself. Hi. Yeah, come in. Yeah, come in. Trying not to overwhelm myself and just do everything on paper. Um, because I put everything into Asana and then I got so overwhelmed I had to shut down my computer. So, um, trying not to do that to myself again. And for those of you who haven't been here for a while, I have autism and ADHD, and it causes some um, overwhelm and avoidance. And so, yeah. Anyway, here's the general idea of what was happening. I'm using to not show you, a 4x6 card, which I think could have been a 3x5 card, but I really I'm perfectly okay with these being what they are. Anyway, so we have a 4x6 card. It has the name of what I'm doing and the dates that it's happening, and then the milestones. So like you would um, in a project management system. And then I have this page, which is a project planner. Normally they print much better, but my printer is absolutely atrocious. So this is what it's supposed to look like. You know, nicely centered on the page. And then there's little check marks, and the printing again is awful. But anyway, here's what I'm realizing. I started to put down the tasks on this and the milestones here, but I wasn't putting the subtasks on here. So when I went to pull my 4 things for the day, uh, it was more like 16 things. Um, and so I think that's really it. I think it really is about putting the major milestones here. You're putting your tasks here, and then your subtasks are then what you put, so that that's taken into account. You know, normally in a project management system, it would be this thing and then all of the things underneath of it. And I think that this puts it in a different way. And just being able to separate those things out is good. So what I'm finding is that when I'm going to pull my 4 things, it might be write the blog post, create the images for the blog post, pull some social media quotes out of there and then publish the dang thing, right? And so there's my 4 tasks. I'm only pulling one off of here, but I've got my 4. Or if I'm not going to do that, it's going to be write this social media post, write this social media post, and then create both images and then schedule. You know what I mean? So you've got to take into consideration. And I think that if I put all of that on here, it's going to do the overwhelm thing again. So it's just a matter, because I started to get overwhelmed when I was pulling the 4 and I'm like, oh wait, that's not 4 tasks. That's like 20 tasks. Okay. Yeah, so how do we need to adjust for that? And I've thought about, there goes my headset. I thought about taking, hold on, my cat's gonna eat that. Don't mind this, I was doing some testing. I thought about taking these little 3x5 cards and putting my 4 things on there each day. And I'm not convinced against doing that, just because I have about 600 of these little pieces of, you know, cards. And what else am I going to do with them? And, it'd be a great use of my of space. And the other thing that I noticed is started using Tick for this, because that's also where my chore list is for the house. And the problem with having that there is it doesn't show a completed on date. And so that's kind of the benefit of having a written to-do list, is that in like a planner or something, a physical paper planner, you realize, oh yeah, this is when I did that. This is when I got that done. And if I didn't get it done that day, I can do an arrow and add it to the next day, kind of thing. Or a running weekly list if it was done in this week. And you just don't have that on a computer system, which is a problem for me, because I need to see how productive was I on this date? How productive was I on that date? How productive have I been this week? And if I'm not able to track when things, not when things are due, but when they're actually done, it's a problem. You know what I mean? Like, it's really hard to go back and do a week in review when I can't see what was done when. So here's my thoughts. I have this notebook that I'm not using for literally anything. And it's too small to do a lot of things with. It's too small for notes and things of that nature. So I might put my core 4 each date on this. As I already stated, I have like 3 packs of these. So I could do it on here as well. And then I also have a full stack of these. So at least that many. So those are options. The other option would be to take the paper planner that I already have and each day write down the 4 things that I'm going to do when I check them off. The downside to that is that if I have a super productive day, I'm going to run out of room really quickly. Whereas on something like this or something like this, I could simply just keep going, you know? So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with everything. I just wanted to give you an update and kind of tell you how that's all going. And a pitfall that if you were planning on doing something like this with these cards and a sheet like this, this is a shift in the way that I'm doing it and the way I'm going to be doing it going forward, which could very well mean that I'm redoing the bottom 2 of those sheets. Probably not, because I really need to focus on doing the work and not with redoing the sheet. But I do think that there are benefits to being online and downsides to being online. And maybe there might be something in ClickUp that would allow me to do this, but I'm not entirely sure. And I don't think I want to find out for another month and a half until after September 14th, when all of this stuff is done and I can breathe and revisit and go, okay, what went well, what didn't go well, what would I like to do better next time, type of thing. So I hope this was helpful. It's super short. One of these days I will have a light that will make it so I don't have to be at a weird angle. But I hope you guys have a good day and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.